I mean, I used to think like this is something that I certainly have to think about a lot, particularly as you train indoors. If you've ever done some training indoors, it can be psychologically taxing. I'm always looking for things that motivate me. Sometimes it's, I mean, in the past it used to be like my past, like I want to go as far as I can, I want to get away. Like as I had mentioned, I was doing like drugs and that sort of thing, and that motivated me to get as far away from that as I could, that sort of lifestyle. And now I'm so far away from it, I feel like a different person that it doesn't motivate me like it used to. So I've had to constantly evolve. So that's the biggest thing I would say, is constantly looking out for things that motivate you. So maybe someone says something to you that's kind of like a hater, like you can't do it. For instance, someone said to me one time, I had mentioned, we were talking a similar talk of like the potential in an Ironman. And I said, you know, I see one day someone's going to go sub 230 on the run. I mean, who's it going to be? Is it going to be 50, 100 years down the road? You mean, whatever, I don't know. And the guy said, well, you certainly won't do that. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know, that's all fine and dandy. Maybe I won't do that. But, I mean, how do you know that I won't do that? You know what I mean? And so that fires me up, makes me mad. And so those things, very in tune to when you say those sorts of things. So yeah, I guess proving people wrong tends to be something that I find motivating. And then when someone says something nice too, it's also extremely motivating. So I'm aware, constantly, I write them down. My girlfriend will attest to this. I have an entire room devoted to training, and the vast majority of the wall that I stare at is just quotes that either people have said or that sort of thing that I find motivating. But I would say the biggest thing I can offer is it's got to be meaningful. Like it's got to be something deeply meaningful that like if it doesn't, even when you're just sitting here talking about it, if it doesn't send a shiver down your spine and make you want to clench your fist, then when you're at mile 20 of a marathon after biking 180K, it's not going to do nothing then. So it's got to be something that's deeply, and you got to think about. I spend a lot of time thinking about it, and then you have to rehearse it. You have to have it in your brain planted there and know at mile 20 when the hurt comes, like it's going to come, you got to know the words to trigger whatever that thought was that motivates you to bring it up in the moment, and then you can feed off of it. So yeah, I would say, or you know, only very rarely are you blessed with someone who gives this hand sign thing to you, that final turnaround, and that really motivates. Very rarely are you blessed with that. But,